A pause now and again helps the students to catch up and gives both them and you a few seconds. Also, it is the time for the students to ask some questions to clarify some some message that is not um, clear to them. The next one is getting off the right foot. In here, you should try to get an opening attention getter. It is also, you can use a little casual conversation. For example, in opening a discussion, you can you can say some trivia, some other information or data that can catch up their attention. The next one is clarifying during the lecture. Clarification can be done effectively by means of examples and analogies rather than repetition. So repetition is very tradition in clarifying the lecture, but using some images, some examples or analogies might really help the students to understand and to recall what has been said by the teacher or by the lecturer. Also, you can note some master lecturers that use abundant examples so that it might help you while you are delivering your lecture. Also, some brief stories might also help in giving examples of your lectures. The next and the last is facilitating retrieval from memory. So in here, you can use repetition, and also images. In repetition, repeat some important details on your lectures. Elaboration, the words can be elaborated in more understandable things or by using examples or some stories. And imagery, it is a mechanism in which information can be lodged in memory for the later retrieval. So by using some pictures, video, it might easily recalled by the students. So the next topic is the types of lecture. For example, you cannot use the exact same lecture approach to the class that is in a seminar room versus a lecture. So these are some of the lectures that might really help you when it comes to the validation of the listeners or your audience. The first one is the traditional or oral essay. In here, the teacher is the narrator and is the only speaker. So it consists of complete polished exposition on a topic that can be inspirational and informative. But it is not really the best way in lecturing because sometimes oral essay might introduce or give boredom to the audience. The next one is the participatory lecture. In participatory lecture, the learner begins in brainstorming or giving ideas on the lecture topic based on what they have read or what they have learned in the past. So you should organize. It is an organized class preparatory lecture. The students express their ownership because they can give or they can add some ideas and information inside the classroom. The next one is the feedback lecture. The curriculum lecture consists of mini lectures, interspersed with 10 minutes small group discussions structured around a question related to the lecture content. This approach gives the learners the opportunity to manipulate the lecture content and also to enhance their learning skill and to recall their memory, their memory about that topic. The next one is the mediated lecture. In mediated lecture, it is the use of some media in delivering your report. For example, some films, slides, or a web-based image. Because this approach use some images and some type of emotional component to the lectures, and it also assists for in changing the attitudes of some of the audience. Also, I'll be adding by the use of the handouts. Through the use of handout, actually it is a type of an oral essay, but in here, it involves some traditional oral essay, but it provides in handouts there are blank spaces, and it helps the students in focusing on some important points of the lecture.